What's up guys, Respark here, welcome to Kidnapped Girl. Alright, this is a visual novel of a guy who kidnaps a girl, which is the girl that you're seeing on your screen. Alright, so, you know, you don't have to ask questions about what led me here or how I ended up here, because honestly, I don't know what to say. I was scrolling through Steam about the free games on Steam, and I found this. It's called Kidnapped Girl, about a guy who kidnaps a girl for his birthday, supposedly a psychopath, and it's a little short romantic story. You know what? Without further ado, let's not look at what personality offers here, and let's just press on New Game in English and see. The day I turned 17, I kidnapped a girl. Oh, on your... What? The fuck is wrong with you? Okay. Her name was Alice. And she's got a little tattoo on her neck and a little vampire bite under her eye. Okay. Sociability was not the main feature of her character. In class, she was always quiet, especially with no one to talk to. A girl like her was not difficult to pull out for a date after school. In the process, she readily, I've never seen that word before, so agreed to come home with me, where I gave her some juice. Juice? You think it's with sleeping pills? So you put sleeping pills in. Alice fell asleep in just a few minutes. Alright? It's my first kidnapping. Not a bad beginning. Everything went according to plan, although with the dosage I went too far. How many pills did you put? I lived with my uncle. Oh, that explains it. That definitely explains why you're a psychopath. His house was too big for just the two of us, so some of the rooms were empty. My uncle said for a long time that he wanted to rent them out, but he didn't post any ads. So I used one of them as my torture chamber. Of course, he didn't know that. That's a lot for a 17-year-old boy. Edward was the name of my uncle. He rarely went into the empty room. The only keycard to the room was settled in my pocket. Edward always came home late, so today I had plenty of time to have fun with my new toy. When I locked myself in the room with Alice, I felt a wave of heat sweep through my body. My hands were sweating as began to crawl along the rope. My gaze darted hungrily from the sharp blade to white skin of the motionless body and back again. I licked my lips in anticipation. What? Simultaneously with the excitement, okay? Get it in your thick skull. Bad thoughts came to my head. What type of bad thoughts could come to your head while kidnapping a girl on your 17th birthday and you have a room you call your torture room in the house of your uncle? I looked back at the closed door. Did I make a mistake? Did everything go well? Define a mistake here, okay? I shook my head, shaking off my misgivings, and set about the task I had long dreamed of. Banging the girl! The only thing that matters now is that it's just the two of us and that we won't be disturbed for the next few hours. I was getting excited about what was coming. Putting my tools aside... Tools? I sat down next to Alice, putting my hand on her thin, fragile leg. I ran my hand... Okay, I ran my hand up her thigh, touching the edge of her short skirt. Well, we all know that this video is gonna get demonetized. Let's go, hooray! I need to take off her clothes, otherwise it will only prevent me from enjoying the work done. I'm doing a why did I download this game? What the fuck is wrong with me? Button by button, I slowly removed her shirt and froze in disbelief. What did you see? We may never... Oh my god, why did I have to ask? There were bruises... There were bruises and other signs of beatings under her clothes. I didn't hit her, so I couldn't have left those bruises. Maybe her uncle did. That's why she's not sociable with people, because she has mental issues because of her uncle, her pedophile uncle. Then where did they come from? We may never know. Is she being beaten at home? Oh, Mr. Detective Pikachu here. Good observation or conclusion or whatever the heck. Okay, and after all, she was only beaten where the clothes could hide the bruises to avoid being seen by strangers. That's why you shouldn't have unbuttoned the buttons? It seems that Alice was regularly bullied. Good conclusion, everybody. Good conclusion. Good conclusion. Yeah, we did it. We're detectives. Nice. In some places, there were fresh bruises filled with blood, and others disgusting, blackened spots. The older ones were slowly dissolving. I can't even imagine how hard and painful it is to move in this state. But she came to school every day and ate and even smiled in rare conversations with her classmates. Perhaps she decided to go with me so that she could return home as late as possible. That's actually kinda sad, not gonna lie, to be honest. These thoughts made the desire to hurt her disappear. So you're not being a psychopath anymore? What? But I didn't change my mind, no. That strange feeling in my heart was probably not pity, but disappointment. After all, psychos like me can't feel pity and can't empathize with others. Yeah, when I kidnapped Alice, I wanted to enjoy her suffering. To see the first drop of blood on her smooth white skin. You're not being the first, so go kidnap another girl, I guess. And now I can't get what I want, because she's already been used. Her body is covered in injuries without my effort. Okay? It's like asking for a sweet birthday cake, but getting a stale, moldy cupcake. How what? How can I fill Alice with pain and horror when she's already been bullied? What? He buttoned the buttons again? After thinking about it, I decided to hide all the torture items that could indicate the real reason for the abduction. And when Alice wakes up, I'll send her home and find a better victim next time. Finally, Alice opened her eyes. That's actually a nice room. That's a really nice looking room. With a black metal robot cat and what? Are you living in space? What? Okay. Ask if she is alright, keep silent. Yo, you might be a psychopath, but I'm a nice person. Or I think. So I'm gonna ask if she's alright. As soon as she regained consciousness, I rushed to her, feigning concern. Feigning concern. Oh, so I'm talking now. Oh, you're awake. Are you alright? Does it hurt anywhere? What? Why am I? Alright, okay. When we were sitting down, you suddenly fainted and I... However, Alice was in no hurry to show excitement. Instead, she got up, looked around, closed her eyes for a second, and then looked directly at me. Hi, Alice. Alice, let me... no, that's not it. Let me channel my inner anime girl. Let me do it. You put me to sleep. That's not right. I'ma stick with it. Those words froze me for a second. How did she know about that? Oh, what are you talking about? I told you, you just passed out.
I've been put to sleep more than once, so I know the feeling when I start to fall asleep after a sleeping pill.
You sure? Put to sleep? I was more taken aback by this news than when Alice said that I had drugged her.
It's... never mind.
Okay?
Why did you put me to sleep anyway? Did you do something to me?
No. Alice touched herself between her legs without lifting her skirt. Hey, I didn't do anything wrong to you. She took her hand away.
You're right. Then why?
Okay, wrong voice. I told you.
I know you put me to sleep. Stop dodging the question.
I didn't know what to say. That awkwardness of the situation increased with every second. I didn't know what to do or what to say. It was necessary to change the subject urgently and try to take control of the situation. Where did you get the bruises? Oh, it's me asking. Where did you get the bruises?
So, you undressed me? I get it. Where are the photos?
Photos? What photos?
The photos of my body.
I didn't take any photos. No, I didn't undress you or take pictures of you. Trust me. Wait, then how did you know about the bruises?
Then why did you put me to sleep?
That's not true at all. And you still haven't answered my... Oh, yeah, okay, what? And you still haven't... Yeah, that's not true at all. And you haven't answered my question yet.
I will only tell you after I hear the truth.
I hesitated. Should I tell the truth? Something like, oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to torture you at home, but it's okay, I've already changed my mind, so you can go home. No, this is nonsense. Then, I'm not sure if it will work, but it's worth a try. Lowering his eyes and stammering, he pretended to be very confused. Very confused. The only way to get out of the situation, which would go without suspicion, is to come up with a sufficiently touching story. As far as I know, girls are more emotional and romantic than boys. What? Who said that? Oh, okay, okay. Alice, I like you. And for long, I've had the desire to kidnap a loved one, so I decided on my birthday to make myself a gift. Rubbing my hand, I continued to stare at the floor without looking up.
Who would believe that? Wait, you love me?
I nodded uncertainly.
Someone liked me?
That's actually, holy shit, that's sad. Alright. The recent weariness and anger disappeared smoothly. She smiled and her eyes lit up. It worked! Well, my lie worked. Dude, you're such a pathetic human being. Although, I must admit, I did not expect much success and was already preparing to reduce the kidnapping into a mocking joke. To laugh in her face, call her a naive fool for believing that such a handsome man like me can truly ask a mild-mannered girl like her out, and then rudely take her to the door after dealing with several insulting phrases thrown at me. After this farewell, it's not that I could just go back and talk to her anytime soon. I must admit that Alice is not as simple as it seemed. I did not manage to deceive her the first time, although I'm not an expert. I'm an experienced liar. But how can she immediately believe that I loved her? While I was wondering at her naivety, she thought about something for a couple of seconds in silence. She's still smiling. Okay.
It turns out that I was kidnapped by my classmate, who is also crazy.
Her voice has become more soft. My voice didn't become more soft, but her voice did. I would even say melodious. Melodious. What did you want to do? Oh.
What did you want to do next?
Well, I wanted to let you live with me, probably. Probably.
Oh, probably you didn't think it through, did you?
There's nothing funny about it. I frowned slightly, which confused my former captive.
I'm sorry. I just always thought that you were incredible. You have excellent grades in all subjects. You get prizes. You're good at sports. I never thought a guy like you would like me.
Alright.
I didn't think you were a bit stupid after all.
And this is said by the person who was kidnapped?
How dare you!
We laughed. Please kill me. Please. I beg you. Get a wrench. Hit me in the head so hard that I... Whatever. The tension has disappeared. Alice relaxed and began to behave more freely and at ease. At school, she usually doesn't attract attention. During recess, she rarely leaves the classroom, sitting at her desk with her head down or silently looking out the window. In general, an inconspicuous gray mouse, and now I even catch myself thinking that she has a very nice smile. Aww. School, hobbies, music, we moved smoothly from one topic to another, consciously not thinking about the kidnapping, and did not notice how time flew by. The longer we talked, the more free Alice felt. She listened to me with genuine interest, sometimes even making various jokes in my direction and laughing sincerely. I listened to her stories and sometimes I couldn't help but just smile. I got the feeling that Alice, who goes to school with me, and the Alice who's sitting next to me are two completely different people. I never thought Alice could be so sociable and happy. The next few hours passed quickly. We chatted about all sorts of nonsense. I was an idiot. Whoa. It's late. I think it's time for you to go home. Your parents are probably already worried. My words made Alice suddenly sad. Her smile and the sparkle in her eyes were gone. So was the music. It's like she's back in the ghost mask she always wore at school.
I don't have parents.
Oh. Sorry. Then who do you live with?
With my stepmother and her boyfriend.
She almost hissed the last words through her teeth. It was immediately clear to me that things were not going well at home. My guess was confirmed. The family does not favor her very much. Alice continued to sit next to me, not wanting to leave. I was silent and just looked at the time on my phone. Edward should be back soon, and if he sees Alice, I will have to explain. He's a good man and will be happy if I bring a girl home, but Alice is not my girlfriend. I just kidnapped her and tried to torture her. Bind and hide in another room with a gag in her mouth is one thing, but to explain what Alice was doing and how we met... Oh, I pressed by accident back. And how we met, I didn't want to. Seeing my confusion, she stopped. Alice glanced at me briefly, then, for a moment, pursed her lips and, with a sharp exhale, stood up.
I'm sorry, you don't live alone, and it's already late.
She went to the door and with a noticeable reluctance. It was raining outside. Why, do you guys live in the future? What type of home is this? Before leaving, what's that written on the floor? For what? Okay. Before leaving, Alice turned around, saying the last words.
You know, I wouldn't mind if you really kidnapped me. You're much more comforting.
And she left. So it would have ended, but a couple of hours late, Alice returned. The doorbell rang. Oh.
Clive, please forgive me.
After voicing her insane request and holding her bag with a trembling hand, she smiled and cried. The smile on her face was just an artificial dam, ready to collapse at any moment under the influx of emotions. Unable to contain the accumulated sadness, loneliness, and despair. What happened to her? Why is she crying? Such questions did not linger in my mind for long because the way she looked now, her pain drew and beckoned. Beckoned? Is that even a word? I don't know. Her vulnerability and tears seemed to cry, "Lock me away from people and do what you want to me." On my doorstep stood not a sad classmate, but a victim, begging her executioner to put her out of her misery. The sight of her made me want to hurt her again. A familiar wave of excitement ran through my body, my breath quickened, my hands trembled with impatience. I wanted to look myself in with her again, and run the blade over that soft skin. I wanted to see how her tears would flow with the drops of blood. Do you want to be kidnapped? Haven't you even considered the possible consequences? Poor Alice. I couldn't help it. I roughly grabbed her hand and led her to the same room. We were alone again. All that remains is to take a knife and...
Wait, Clive, you want to do this to me? Even though I'm a used product?
What are you talking about? Alice told me everything. She worked as a prostitute. I wanted to save money so that after coming of age, I could immediately leave my stepmother and her boyfriend and live separately. Her stepmother's her lover liked to molest her, but Alice always locked herself in her room. Today, when she returned home, this man, as always, was drunk. Her stepmother wasn't at home, and he tried to rape her. She barely fought back and ran away from home, returning to me. She had nowhere else to go.
Now you hate me? I'm sorry. I did it. If I had known someone like you would like me.
Her tears started to flow harder.
But please, let me stay with you. I'll do anything.
Anything? Those two words stuck in my head. Will she consent to be the victim of my torture? While I was thinking about this, Alice continued to stand, waiting for my answer. I couldn't find any words to say, so I hugged her instead. This embrace was a fleeting impulse, which for some reason I instantly obeyed. And even though I didn't expect it for myself, at that moment this hug seemed the only right thing to do. This is how we started living together. Oh, Edward is back! But I'm all the time for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed my narrating and my
cute anime girl voice.
I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It's something that I don't normally do, which is like mostly narrating, and like it's a completely visual novel. So I really hope you guys like found a laugh, found anything at this, and please support me by any means by leaving a like button, leaving a comment to say if maybe I could improve my content, or like to let me save first. Like maybe please like at least share the video with your friends. You have no idea how hard it is for me to upload one single video. It's recording, doing thumbnails, doing the editing, uploading itself with the bad internet. So I really hope you guys find this interesting, or find my work interesting, or my content good for you, and like you enjoy watching. Sorry for the long outro as well. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, leave a like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any video that I upload. And as always, I will see each and every one of you guys in the next video. See ya!